Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fallen London. Today we are going to be carrying on with the exceptional story Leviathan, and we've just finished up in the Gant Pole and are on our way back to London. Well, I got what I came for, sighs the Carpenter's granddaughter, looking wistfully out the porthole. There really are fossils under the Gant Pole, and I've seen them with my own eyes. I don't think I'd feel this ambivalent about the most important paleological discovery of the decade, but then I think the fossils would be from creatures that should never have existed, according to the judgments. Anyway, now we have a few options here. We can discuss the iconoclastic professor's activities, we can discuss your exposure to the red science, or we can assess the quality of the research. Let's discuss the iconoclastic professor's activities. He is using the fossils as templates for his transmutation experiments. I must have read the book 50 times, and yet I never understood how deep his love of marine mammals went, says the Carpenter's granddaughter. Perhaps I never wanted to. I might fancy myself an objective scientist, but humans are never truly objective. I now believe the judgments control over bodies that are not theirs are unfair. I cannot blame him for challenging them. She frowns. However, I worry for his test subjects. I'm not sure those old sailors can consent. Even now that he has the skull, he'll need to practice further on the old sailors before he recreates it on himself. Okay, let's discuss our exposure to the red science. You will never quite be the same. The Carpenter's granddaughter is quiet while you explain how you feel about the changes to your body. I don't see you any differently, she says eventually. But for someone who studies bodies for a living, I've given remarkably little thought to the relationship between the body and the self. I thought being a scientist excused me from such questions. Rather naive of me, I see now. Does red science alter only the body, or something more essential? I thought the former, but now I'm not sure. Regardless, she says gravely, I will not be informing anyone else of what happened to you. It might put you in danger. Well, that's nice of her. Let's assess the quality of her research. It was the whole purpose for the trip, after all. I don't think we could have done any better, says the Carpenter's granddaughter, brightening. Regardless of everything else that happened, and whatever happens next, we should be proud of what we've accomplished. I can't thank you enough. I haven't quite decided whether to publish my findings. It's a lot to consider, but simply having learned what we did is invaluable. I've actually been keeping notes of what we saw. Here's a copy, she says, passing you a tattered notebook. It's as much yours as it is mine. Oh, so we got a volume of collated research. And we can discuss the matter of publication. She has not decided whether to make her findings public. If I publish, London will learn of the fossilized shames beneath the Gant Pole, says the Carpenter's granddaughter. The paleontological community will descend. Our friends' activities will be exposed, and those who would break the great chain will have more resources for doing so. If I don't, she sighs, I'll never recoup my investment. I've almost made up my mind, but I'd still like to know what you think. So we can say she should publish her findings. Nothing should stand in the way of scientific advancement or her career. No, she should keep her findings a secret. The implications are too severe, or we're not sure yet. Here's a defining moment. Do I think that she should make everything that we have discovered in the Gant Pole public knowledge? I mean, the argument is someone will find out anyway, eventually. So I'm going to say yes, she should publish her findings. I'm sure this won't backfire. I agree, says the Carpenter's granddaughter. I believe in scientific education, no matter how uncomfortable the implications. It's not for me to decide what the public can and cannot handle. I will publish Exactly. And now we may disembark at Wolfstack Docks. You're back in London. I don't know about you, but I'm in need of a hot bath and some tea, says the Carpenter's granddaughter, as you descend the gangplank. Come and meet me at the Green Whale when you've warmed up. Oh, the story will conclude. Oh dear, this is going to be a short episode, isn't it? I probably should have put this on the end of the other episode. But well. The epilogue. One last drink at the Green Whale. You can hear the hubbub from the street. The Green Whale is full, and you are scarcely able to push your way to the bar. When you ask after the Carpenter's granddaughter, you are told to wait your turn. Everyone here wishes to speak with the paleontologist who found fossilized shames beneath the Gant Pole. However, as soon as she hears your voice, the Carpenter's granddaughter calls you over to the table beneath the stuffed shark. The other patrons grumble, but leave the two of you alone. You can share a drink with the Carpenter's granddaughter. You have not seen her since she published her research. I never imagined this, says the Carpenter's granddaughter, gesturing to the crowded bar. All the money. I've never known what it's like to not have to struggle. More importantly, I've lost count of how many people have told me they're planning expeditions to the Gant Pole on the back of our research. I'm excited for what they'll learn. No such expedition is ever safe, but you and I did all we could to prepare them for whatever they'll find. She swirls her wine glass. Well, practically at least. I don't think anyone could prepare the paleontological community for the philosophical implications of what we found. We're only seeing the beginnings of the upheaval it will cause. And this concludes the exceptional story, Leviathan. We got one searing enigma, and well, that's it. Well, I've been recording for like 8 minutes. And after editing, that's probably going to go down to like 5 minutes. This is a very short episode. I apologize. Oh my god, look at that man's mustache. Oh! That's the next exceptional story, I think. I'm so late in doing this Leviathan story that the next exceptional story's up. Whoops. Okay, well, I'm going to click this up here as a bonus thing here. As for that exceptional story, I thought it was wonderful. I enjoyed that thoroughly. It gave us a look into the lore of the Gant Pole in a way that Sunless Seas kind of did, but it expanded upon it. I really enjoyed it, and I thought the story itself was very nice. But just as a little bit of a side thing here, do you remember the last exceptional story? If you haven't watched the last exceptional story, which was the Innocence of a Dreamer, I think it was called. There was at the end of the story, it was like, you will find the next step randomly in your deck. And I didn't have it at the end of the episode, but I do have it now. The New Dreamer's Promise. So I'm going to stick this at the end here, for anyone who's interested. And if you haven't seen the story, I thoroughly advise you go back and watch that episode. It was very good. And, yeah, let's click it and see what happens. The New Dreamer's Promise. You were dreaming. You wished to withdraw into dreamless torpor, while the exchange played out above these crushing depths. But even here, the purple light of the star can be felt by the wisest, and you are wise. You refused the price of love. Love has little enough meaning to you now, but you will not be a puppet of a puppet. Hear and be transformed. These are words born by no wind, a speaker silent for ages unaccounted, a roar to penetrate your dream. The voice shakes the stone around you and churns the thick black waters around you into purple foam. The symbols brand themselves into your flesh. A reckoning long postponed. Transgression of 7 greater links. Repletion is abolished. Anchors are withdrawn. On the now abandoned surface, the purple radiance fades as Axel spins away from the star that hates it. None dream there now. None will dream there again. And that's the end of the exceptional story for A Dream of Innocence. So we've actually completed 2 in this episode, but I guess I'm going to have to end it here. Sorry, it's really short, but bad planning on my behalf happens every now and again. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time with that magnificent moustache.